Good morning, everyone. Good morning. This is such an exciting morning, right, guys? Yes. It is with pleasure that I stand before you. I am so excited that we're here today with our young men and ladies that will be signing, that will be having dreams to come true. Thank you, parents that are here. Thank you, community members. None of this would be possible without your help, without our coaches. So thank you. I want to, before I bring on Coach Tierney Owens, we have two young ladies that will be signing today, too, for basketball. So let's give them a round of applause. So before I bring her on, I want to just, there's a quote I wanted just to share with you this morning, and it says, "The future belongs to those who believe in the beauty of their dreams." So without a doubt, our young men and young ladies are on their way to their dreams. So without further ado, Coach Tierney Owens, come on up.
So, and before she speaks, there's a but before she speaks, what we'll do is we're going to bring the kids in. Let's give them a round of applause as they walk in today. Let's welcome them. This day is about them. They're kind of nervous too, so they got the cameras, the bright lights. Look at them, they walking so slow. Come on in, ladies. All right. They're shy. Go ahead, y'all have a seat right there. Go ahead and have a seat. You have a seat? Okay. Why you breathing so hard? You all right? Come on in, fellas. Tell them to come on in, eh? Tell them over. We'll take it forever. Just find your name and say right behind your name. On the end. Don't they look sharp? Look at them. Yes, that's fine. Good. JD, you on it? Go on the end by LG. We have to get another. Need another chair. My hands. Put your place on the other chair.
Good morning, everyone. I am Coach Tierney Owens. I am the girls' head basketball coach here at Atlantic High School. This is my first year as head coach, so I really just met these young ladies back in September. I want to thank Coach Jamel for allowing them to share this opportunity with the guys because this is very, very likely for girls basketball. So I want them to know that I'm very proud of them. I want you to know that you are very, very special. You all need to know that, on this day, a lot of female athletes don't get this chance to sign on National Signing Day. So don't take it for granted. I want to thank Coach T.O., Coach Sherelle Owens, who left me these special individuals. He was here before me. I just want to thank Athletic Director Smith Thomas and the principal, Ms. Edwards, for allowing me to have this opportunity to show with these young ladies during their senior season. Omari, great athlete, great student athlete, great leader on the court. Vanessa, she was a Fab Five this year, top five finalists in our county. So I just want to congratulate them. I wish we could have met long time ago. I wish I would have had more time with you guys, but you are truly special, and I just want to bring you guys up so you can give your thank yous and tell everyone besides me, everyone else who's had anything to do with your experience here in high school as athletes. Come on up. Put your mask down. You're all right. Put your mask down. Go ahead.
Okay. Good morning, everyone. First and foremost, I would like to thank the man above. Without him, nothing would be possible. I would also like to thank coaches that has helped me throughout this journey. And I also want to thank my family and friends. They've been a great support system. And I also want to thank the coach who accepted me to this college. I'm very grateful for this. And I'm glad I'm going to this college with someone who's very close to me. And stay with you.
Good morning.
Take your mask down.
My down.
Yes.
I would like to say I'm looking forward to becoming a student athlete and achieving at this college, before I say it. It was really hard, but I made it. I'd like to thank God and my coaches and friends for all the support. And most and foremost, for my brothers, for being there through everything. Okay, I would like to say where we're going now. Ready? We are committing to Carter College.
Let's give it up for those young ladies. So even before we start to get with the players, I'd like to thank a couple people, Chief Sims, Commissioner Johnson, for being here, Mr. Coleman, for coming as well. Like I told you guys earlier, the guys that was here on the show, you know, this is a huge community. So there's a lot of support. There's a lot of things that happen behind the scenes with this program in order for us to be successful, you know, within this program. So the phone calls that I receive from different people in the community checking on these young men. Some of these young men don't even see what happens behind the scenes, but they do have a lot of support, and it shows by who's in the room. Now, this day, like I said before, these kids dream of this day as a young man. There's some young men in here, Tyler P., Brett, Boston, my son, just they're in middle school, you know, and they wanted to be here to really see this in live, see it in action, because one day they will be sitting in these seats. And I try to tell these young men, you know, it's bigger than you. You know, there's a lot of these young kids. I remember being that age and being at a high school game, and just by getting a wristband or getting a glove from the high school players, they were like NFL guys to me. So anybody that plays sports and you were younger, and you looked up to a lot of those high school guys. So you guys are role models to a lot of these young kids that's in here. Thank you to the coaches. So the coaches are in the room. Coach Stutter coaches our running backs. Coach Harry McMurray coaches wide receiver. Coach Ross, my boss, coach our quarterbacks, Coach Hunt, who's also the running back coach. Did I miss any of them? We have Coach, I'm sorry, we call him Coach Sauce, Coach Tierney. We have Coach Horace in the back, as well as Mr. Self, who follows us everywhere we go with his camera. He's not paparazzi. So, but I'm gonna step away from the mic. But this is what I want to do. I want to start off and break each one of these young men up, and they're gonna talk to you guys, and they're gonna let you know where they're going. So first up, Mr. Bonner. I want to talk about these kids for a little bit. Mr. Bonner's been at Atlantic all 4 years. He's worked very hard to really perfect his craft. You know, he's hardworking. Anything that you ask this kid to do, he's going to do it. And he's going to give you 110%. You know, he had the opportunity. You know, a lot of times you don't get the opportunity to showcase your talent, but when you do get on the field, you do it. And he was able to do that, to step into some points on the field. He made some big hits, made some great plays this year. And then the recruiting effort started to come along. He got his first visit and he got his first offer, this year. But I want to bring him up also with his mom and dad. He can come up here and talk to you guys about his journey and where he plans on going to college. Let's welcome LaMarcus Bonner. I also had the chance to see him preach his first sermon.
Oh, man.
Don't do it today. We don't have that much time, but but he did.
I ain't want to go first. All right. First and foremost, good morning. I would like to thank my mom, my dad, and my sisters and brothers for pushing me and, beating on me almost every day to get me where I'm at today. I would like to thank my coaching staff, Coach Jamel, Coach Hammer, Coach Coach Studdard, Coach Sauce, for yelling at me every day in practice, whether they were joking around or not. It was a tough journey, getting to where I'm at today, coming from, not being a starter to being a starter, making mistakes and then making big plays every now and then. But, I would like to thank God, thank God that I made it, right? That's about it. But, I got two things with me today, right? You got uno. I meant uno. And you got dos. So I think y'all already know, who I'm going with. St. Thomas University. Thank you. Thank you. Thank you. Congratulations. Thank you.
All right, so the next young man, Lavert Edwards, right? So I'm gonna talk to you about this young man. I knew him since he was in diapers. I know him since I probably held him while he was in diapers. I mean, he comes from an awesome family. He was actually second in the nation in sacks this year as a defensive end. Let's wrap it up. He's first in the state of Florida as with sacks. Stand up, Lavert. Come on over here next to me, Lavert. Come on. And I want to bring his mom and his grandmother up as well. Lavert texted me last night, early this morning. He was like, Coach, I can't speak. I can't go up there stuttering in front of these people. So can you speak for me? This young man, he has a motor. I mean, when you see him on the film, it was some games that we were losing, and a lot of kids can get down and out. But it was just something we were playing Naples. He sprung his ankle in the game. He's in tears. He's in tears on the sideline. He goes back in the game, chasing down plays from the back. I mean, he's giving 110%. And I've never seen this kid give up. I mean, it's to the testament of what the roots that he comes from, and then also his coach Evans can come up here as well. But he just has his motor about him. But he also, you still want me to keep going? Or you? Yeah, go ahead. All right. So basically, he was to a standstill, all the way up into yesterday, and he was like, you know what, Coach, they don't have to use today as a day that they make their decision on going to college. So he wants to wait it out until the end of the school year. So there's going to be some other colleges that he'll be looking at going into the end of the school. He just didn't want to rush into this decision because it's something that he'll be dedicating the next 4 or 5 years of his life in his college. So he wanted me to make that announcement to you guys that he will be waiting out his decision, and he'll make something before the end of the school year on what college he will be selecting. You sure you don't want to say nothing? No, you good. All right. Let's just give him. All right. You good.
No problem.
Jake. All right. So it's really it's awesome growing up here in Delray, and a lot of the parents in the room I really grew up with. as well. So the next young man, Jamari Pierre Lewis, I went to elementary school with his mom. She was a headache then, and she's I'm just playing, but she's awesome and very dedicated mom. And his uncle Junior, I want to bring him up. He was a safety, played safety for us. He was at Palm Beach Central first, and then transferred over to Atlantic High School. He came out on the field, made some great plays for us. He's a ball hawk in the secondary. He's a big time hitter as well. So whatever school he chooses to go to, I know they're going to have a true athlete within their program. So come on up, Jamari Pierre Lewis. And his mother, Miss Solomon, his dad. You guys come on over. Come on up. You come this way. You come this way.
Good morning. All right. First off, I want to thank God for blessing me with the abilities to play the sport that I love, because without him, none of this would be possible. I remember when I was young, dreaming about this day. Now it's actually happening. Like, dreams really do come into reality. And, like, it's been times, like, I doubted myself. It's been times where I didn't think this was going to happen. Other people doubting me, too. But I still managed to push through and, like, keep working hard and prove everybody wrong. Next, I want to thank my family for supporting me and being with me throughout this process. I want to thank my uncle for coaching me on and off the field and being a mentor to me. I want to thank my mom for her sacrifices and always being there. All right, bro. It's all right. I also want to thank my dad for keeping me on top of my grades and making sure I'm successful off the field. Now I want to thank the coaching staff and mentors throughout the process. I got to give a big thanks to Coach Jamel, because he was a big factor throughout this process. He helped me become a better football player on the field and a better man off of it. I want to thank the Atlantic coaching staff and players for always pushing me to be my best. Coach Hammer, Coach Stud, Coach Ross, everybody on the coaching staff. With that being said, I will be furthering my education and athletic career at the University of Western Carolina. Thank you.
Congratulations. I got a new for you after this.
Thank you, Jamari.
Thanks, man. Anybody need some Kleenex now? That's why I didn't put my makeup on today, because I had a feeling. I do wear makeup. Now, next up, this next young man, Mr. Corey Reddick. I had the opportunity of actually playing high school ball with his dad, who was a speedster, who played cornerback at our rival high school at Santa Lucia's. And his dad was a speedster, but I think the son is probably faster than what his dad. We'll let them debate. We'll let them have that debate. But Corey's a kid that he's a yes sir, no sir type of kid. And he as soon as he came into our program, we knew that he was working hard, 24/7. He was always coming to me as, Coach, what can we do to get over these certain humps? He always wanted to better himself and better his team as well. And also everything that he's showing inside of the classroom also, so he has some options A lot of options. I think he had some college coaches pop up to him while he's at track practice, just pulling up on him, and they blowing up his phone, So this process and this recruiting process is a lot stressful for a lot of these kids, and they have to make a big decision, and it's really on them on where they're gonna take their talents. But Corey, I have to say, man, you first team all county, you rushed for over 1,000 yards, probably over 2,000 yards all purpose, and that's what splitting time in the backfield with another running back, and we'll get to him later. But he's done some phenomenal things, man. And if you get a chance and you type these kids' name in and put Huddle behind it and look at their highlights, you'll see what type of electrifying player he is. So come on up, Corey.
Y'all can come up here if y'all want. Y'all can come up here if y'all want. I'm gonna keep it short and sweet. First and foremost, I want to thank God for putting me in this position, coaches and family included. If you know me, you know that high school has been full of ups and downs. Nothing has come easy, especially with the loss of my brother TJ. With that being said, I'll be signing to Western Carolina University. Go Catamounts. I'm good.
His younger brother will be up here in a couple years. Chance, that family breeds speed. But next up, it's the big man. Y'all see? They call him Big Sexy. Let me tell you. So, Mr. Desmond Penn, he's the focal point of our offense. He plays center. He can play any position on the offensive line. I wish his offensive line coach could be here, but he was at work. Desmond's been a 3-year starter, and that's hard at Atlantic High School to be a 3-year starter coming in playing offensive line, So, and he did it. I really doubt that he missed really any games whatsoever. He's a dog. He's a dog in the trenches. Let's see, he's shaking his head like, yeah, coach, I'm a dog. You like this? You want me to keep going there? You want me to keep going? Keep going. So, awesome kid to really coach. And we just know on game day when those lights turn on, we know what we're going to get from him. You don't have to question if Desmond's going to come out and do what he needs to do and keep that offensive line and those guys up front together. We regret not using him on the defensive line. He wanted to play both ways, but that center position was so important to us. So we really needed him there. And I got to say, for him to hike the ball to last year, our quarterback, who was the offensive player of the year in Palm Beach County, who's now playing at Wagner. He's played in center basically for some greats. So I'm going to bring him and his family up. I actually grew up with his mom and dad as well, Mr. Penn. And Miss Yolanda, she's here. She's in the back. I seen her. You guys come on up and make your announcement.
Squeeze through here.
Yeah. I ain't prepared no speech today. Yeah, I'ma just wing it. First, I'd like to thank my mom and my dad for pushing me as an athlete and a student, helping me get to the man that I am today. Second, I'd like to thank coaches. Coaches definitely helped me and craft the man I am today. Last but not least, I'd like to thank God. I know you're supposed to thank God first, but you got to say the best for last. So I'd like to thank God. And with that being said, I'll be taking my talents too. Oh, shit. St. Thomas University.
Y'all see why he dressed fly? Look at his daddy. Look at his daddy. Next up, Mr. St. Clair, Medro St. Clair. Medro is a force. He plays wide receiver for us. We knew that he would be a playmaker for us because at receiver, we had some top-notch DBs that graduated last year, previous season. And while he was in practice battling those DBs, he was killing them. And I was like, oh my gosh, this kid is going to be a stud for us. You know, some of his senior year, he was injured. He had a hamstring pull his ankle. He had a lot of things bothering him. But when he was 110%, when he was 100%, even when he was 90% to get on the field, he still made a lot of plays. All right, so Medro, come on up.
Good morning. Before anything, I'd like to thank the man above for this opportunity. I thank my parents. My mom wasn't able to be here today, but I thank all of them because without them, I wouldn't be the man I am today without them. So I'm truly grateful for all my coaches, especially Coach Hammer over there. There's all love for him. He's helped build me into the man I am today. And Coach Ross for always pushing me because he always saw something in me that I honestly never saw. So I'm really thankful for them too, for sure. With that being said, this recruiting process has been tough for me. But I thank all the coaches who've reached out to me just throughout this point and gave me opportunity. But I think it's best for me at this moment to keep my options open and see what's to come these coming months.
You know, it's these kids' decision on what they want to do with college. A lot of times as parents and you have a lot of relatives around you and we want kids to go to a certain college for a certain reason, but, you know, it's really their choice. They have to live their life. You know, they have to go to these certain schools, and I'm proud of you for really stepping up and being able to say, you know, you're not going to really rush that decision. So that's a big mature decision to make. Next up, Jakeevan, man, you know, this kid, man, he plays cornerback for us. He came to us as a little small scrawny. But you know what? He had a lot of heart. He went, you know, when he first came into our program, when he came from Olympic Heights, you know, it was corner is a hard position because when you mess up at cornerback, everybody in the stadium sees it. That's that one position where you have to have like a lot of heart to be out there on the island by yourself. And I think this senior season for him, he wanted that position. He wanted to be on the island by himself. He wanted to cover the best receivers that our opponents had on their team. All right, this kid went through a lot coming into his senior season, and I can tell you, your father is looking down upon you right now for this day. And to really, and all your teammates know it. Your family knows it. He's looking down, and he's very proud of you. So as you make this decision, just know that he's there watching you, and he wished that he can be here, you know, for you in person. But we want to bring the rest of your family up while you make this decision. Come on up, Jakeevan. Make this.
All right. I like to thank God, and I thank my coaching staff for pushing me through tough times when I was down. They was there for me. I thank my family, cause without them, I don't know like where I'd be. I thank Diego, cause he coached me since my freshman year. He brought me up a lot. He perfected my craft a lot. I used to think Coach Jamel was telling me the wrong things. I'll call Diego, and Diego would be like, "Nah, he right." Now I still think Diego wrong. Now I'll wake up the next morning and tell him, "All right, I need to work on it. He'll help me out." I appreciate him for that. He been with me every step of the way. I thank my mom. She a strong lady. I thank her a lot. She very strong. I thank my dad, cause he made me the man I am today. I really appreciate the time I had with my father. With that being said, I'd like to further my education at Kansas Westland.
So even just to touch on just how strong this kid is when you find out and you get that news that of a loved one that nobody ever is expecting, nobody really wants, and nobody invites it. He's still coming to practice within 24 hours of that call, just to come out there and give 110%. And if you've seen him, you probably would have known what he was going through. But I mean, he has a lot of support from his family. But just the dignity, I don't know if I could have done it. I probably would have went into hiding for a while. But he came out. He had a lot of support from his teammates, man, and he showed up and showed out for us this year. And you can tell he had a chip on his shoulder, and he was playing for something bigger than him. So congratulations to you on this day, man, and we're praying for you, and we still support you no matter what, all right? Next up, Mr. Omari Mitchell. So Omari, his family comes to the forefront. Omari's running back being coached by Coach Hunt and Coach Studdard. He came out. His come out show I say was in our state title game last year down in Miami at Travis Powell Stadium. He had that opportunity. A lot of times, you never know when your number is gonna get called. His number got called in that game, and he came in and put on the show. He made a breakout run that really just got us over the hump, got the crowd going, and just lit a spark for our offense. And that's why we were able to win that title game. Omari's also in the top 10 rushers in the state of Florida. So he rushed for over 1,000 yards this year. So let's give him a round of applause for that. He's also first team All County. So as one of the top players in Palm Beach County, he made that list as well. And you know, without him, like I can say, I mean, over the years, he looks small, but he's a big hitter, big heart. He runs hard, runs fast. When he put his foot in the ground, that boy, he can move. You know, I wouldn't want to tackle him in open field at all because he probably would put me on skates. I'm not gonna say that, he won't. But I'm gonna bring you up. Come on, Omari, your mom and everything. Come on up.
Good morning. First, I'd like to thank God for putting me in this position. I'd like to thank all my coaches, my running back coaches, Coach Stud, Coach Hunt, for always pushing me in practice, perfecting my craft. Coach Ross always being on top of me in the school, go to class, being on time. I'd like to thank Coach Hammer, especially for always giving me real knowledge, that man-to-man, one-on-one conversations. I would like to thank my parents for always being with me, supporting me every game. And with that being said, I will be taking my talents to St. Thomas University.
Ready? So next kid, Mr. Ramsey, Jaden Ramsey came to us. Plays cornerback. Very, very talented, tall. You know, as a defensive back coach, we love tall, lanky guys in our secondary, especially tall corners. Jaden, he made some interceptions. I mean, the prettiest one I've seen. We played over in St. Petersburg. I forgot the name of the school, Lakewood. What's his name? Yeah, he made a pretty interception that really ignited a spark to our whole team. It would have been a come from behind win. We were down, I think probably like 20-something points, 27 points. We ended up losing that game by 6 points. Came down to the last play of the game, but he's a big time hitter. He can cover. I mean, awesome kid. Whoever grabs this kid, he's going to be destined for greatness. Come on up, Jaden.
Right now, really, I just want to, thank the coaching staff, thank God, of course, and thank Ms. Janie, for helping me and, motivating me and pushing me, to build my character and to build who I am. And, and I like to thank them as well for putting me in this position to where, I can go off somewhere and further my education, to better myself and to, help my situation. And, right now I'm still undecided, so anything open, still looking, I'm not sure where I want to go yet, but whoever run into me, just know you got your hands on something. You got your hands on something, so, yeah.
All right, so last but not least, Marquis Lyman. It's very rare that a kid come into your program and be a 4-year starter at our school in our secondary, making plays both on offensive side of the ball, on the defensive side of the ball. Ever since the first time he stepped in his first game as a freshman, first play of the game with a bone-crushing hit, and that set a statement, made the whole crowd go, ooh-wee. So, when he came, all of the coaches was fighting about where is he going to play on our team. He has to be on the field some way. It's very rare that freshmen play varsity football. So he came, he wanted to play running back. We had 2 great running backs in front of him. I'm the DB coach. They already know I want to steal everybody and bring them over on the defensive side of the ball and make them a defensive back. So he came over. We were able to teach him the safety position. He already had the athletic talent. we just had to teach him the confines of our defense. And he got out there on the field, I mean, for 4 years, just consistently did his thing. And he put on a show. And he brought in a lot of schools, came in offering them all over the country, you know, bringing in opportunities to him, wanting to know who this kid is. And he has a picture in front of him of his dear friend, like a brother to him. He lost him, TJ Terrence. He played at Atlantic High School in some senseless violence, you know, and he wears a necklace with his picture. You know, that's somebody who he really holds dear to his heart. That's why that picture is there, because that's part of him. Played with him also throughout youth football. But I'm going to bring Marquis up. It's all you, baby. Bring him up, dad, mom, the family. You can bring the picture up if you want to put it. Go ahead.
I really ain't writing nothing, so everything just finna come off my head. So y'all just bear with me. First and foremost, I want to thank God for putting me in the position I am right now. I want to thank my parents, my mom, my little brother, pop, second father, my second mother. And I want to thank my sisters too. And I really want to thank Miss Janie. Miss Janie been with me through all 4 years, through all the hard times. I want to thank my coaching staff too. I really appreciate it for y'all. Yesterday, 2 years ago, it was the worst day of my life. I lost the best friend, a brother. I'll never get back. But I made a promise that I could finish through all we I could just finish through all we had created. So I made that promise. Therefore, I'd like to take my time to Western Carolina University.
And a lot of you, when we, you know, earlier the question was asked and people asked how they can support the program. And the only thing I would ask for is, like, when you see these kids, give them that hug. And as you can see, they come with a lot of challenges, you know, and a lot of times this is the meal ticket. This is the way that we can actually pay for our education. You know, so without football teaches us a lot about life in the end. You know, it takes us through a lot of obstacles, and how do we overcome those obstacles? You know, it teaches us a lot about discipline, teaches us a lot about accountability at the same time. But at the same time, you also grow a brotherhood, you grow a sisterhood, you know, you become and you meet other mentors as well. So it brings the whole community together. And I'm happy that the young kids that's in this room and the younger high school students that are here that one day may sit up at his table at their time to stand at this podium to announce their decision. I'm happy that they're here to actually see this as well. To the parents in the room, the teachers, the administrators, I want to thank you guys. And also the supporters, I want to thank everybody for supporting our program as well. I'd like to thank the coaches, our athletic director, our principal, just for your support and your continued support as well. So let's give a round of applause for these young men and these young women. You know, so Mr. Kerry Morrissey with Ocean Properties, you know, make this happen. I called him and made a phone call to him. He was like, let's do it. Let's do it at the DRA Sands Resort. And, you know, we made it happen. So thank you again for coming out. Young men, and I'm proud of y'all. But remember, that, you know, it's not over. You got to finish strong throughout the rest of your senior year. All right, and we're here. The coaches are here. You got a lot of supporters in this room, and there's a lot of people rooting for y'all. All right, so these next 4 years gonna be tough. I mean, rest of this year gonna be tough, but then you got those next 4 years of your life. You guys earned it, ladies too. You guys have earned it. You guys work hard at it. And this is not the only group of kids we have. Like you said, we have some other kids that will be making their decision later on this year, and we'll keep you guys abreast of when that's gonna take place. So thank you guys very much, and I'll let you guys get back to work.